Will AI take over mankind within the upcoming years? Can AI replace the human workforce? Will AI become smarter than human beings and present a major threat to the world? Stop. For this video, let's keep these questions inside our pockets because everyone has different opinions. Yes, AI can be a boon or a threat to the mankind in future, but why not talk about the history and the present day of AI? Because artificial intelligence, once an imagination of computer scientists, has now turned to a future beyond imagination. Yes, that's true. Between 1960s and 70s, AI researchers faced numerous obstacles. The limitations of computer hardware, the complexity of human intelligence, and the lack of sufficient data made advancement slow. The period known as AI winter saw a fall in expectations and a temporary reduction in funding for AI projects. Now, if you are from a non-tech background, you might be thinking that AI is something new and the well-known ChatGPT is the first application area of AI. Really? No. AI is already being used since 1950s in one way or another. And today, the voice assistants you use, like Siri and Alexa, or the recommendation system of Netflix and YouTube that recommends you TV shows and videos based on your interest, are all the applications of AI or its subdomains like machine learning and deep learning. Now, we know that artificial intelligence is a field of computer science that focuses on creating intelligent machines capable of simulating human intelligence. But where did it all begin? Well, the building blocks of AI can be traced back to the mid-20th century, therefore we need to study the history. Well said by someone. History helps us to draw a detailed picture of where we stand today. And you might have already watched the movie Oppenheimer, the history of. So my dear techies and non-techies, let's go towards the amazing journey of AI from its humble beginning to the present day. Let's see what were the changes made during this AI journey, who were the scientists and researchers involved, what were the obstacles faced by them, and how the present AI-driven tech world was made. So, let's move towards the hidden chapters of the history of artificial intelligence. Now, before anything was started, as the tech world was in its early years, there was an idea among people, which was, how would artificial humans look like? For example, there is a car, a kind of artificial version of bullock cart. Similarly, what would be the artificial version of humans? And then, researchers got an idea. Is it possible to create an artificial brain? And soon after that, the idea of robots or artificial humans was proposed. And this whole thing caused the initial development of AI. Here is the question, how are human beings able to think and make decisions? Well, it's obvious, we human beings have brain and consciousness. And you might have heard that human brain has an interconnection of neurons that carries information between brain cells, and somehow we are able to think and make decisions. Similarly, in 1943, Warren McCulloch and Walter Pitts proposed the first mathematical model of artificial neural networks. Today, this artificial neural network has the capability to process input and forward the output to other nodes in the network of layered neurons. Therefore, this model was proposed to demonstrate the immense computational power of neurons within that network. In the current world, these artificial neural networks are designed in a way that they can process large and complex data, learn from it, and make decisions and predictions without being explicitly programmed. For example, they are particularly used in image classification, pattern recognition, performing predictions, and speech recognition. But to show the power of this neural network, there had to be a solid explanation of this concept, right? Therefore, in 1949, Donald Hebb described how when a cell activates another nearby cell, the connection between the two cells becomes stronger. And this fueled up computer scientists to conduct further research on these artificial neural networks. And now comes the era of Sir Alan Turing, who further explored the mathematical possibilities of AI. His main idea was, if humans can make the use of available information, and reasons to solve problems and make decisions, then why can't machines do the same thing? You see, all great things are invented with great questions. So, this core idea formed the logical framework of Sir Alan Turing's 1950 research paper known as Computer Machinery and Intelligence. He discussed how to make intelligent machines and at the same time how to test their intelligence. A test known as Turing test or the imitation game was developed by Mr. Turing to check the machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior equivalent to humans. By the way, have you watched the Alan Turing movie, The Imitation Game? Must watch. With this, let's move to the next chapter. 1952 to 1956, the time when high-level computer languages were invented. Meanwhile, because of the previous proposals to build intelligent machines, the interest for developing AI was also rising to peak levels. And 1955 was the year when 3 computer researchers created the first AI program, which was named as Logic Theorist. A set of 52 mathematical theorems was given to this program that proved 38 theorems. And the amazing part was that the program also found new proofs for some theorems. Thus, Logic Theorist is said to be the first human invention that could think at the human level. During 1957 to 1974, AI started advancing as computers could store more information than before and became faster, cheaper, and more accessible. As machine learning algorithms were developed and improved, people got better at determining which algorithms they should apply to which of their problems. 1 year later, the word artificial intelligence was first introduced by American computer scientist John McCarthy at the Dartmouth conference. In his proposal, he stated that the conference was to proceed on the basis of the conjecture that every aspect of learning or any other feature of intelligence can in principle be so precisely described that a machine can be made to simulate it. And this was the first time when AI was coined as an academic field. And to conduct AI research with more ease, John McCarthy also created the first programming language, Lisp, for AI research. Today you might find Tony Stark's intelligent assistant Jarvis very fascinating and ChatGPT might be a friend. But do you know when was the first chatbot developed? The first chatbot was created in 1966, which was named as Eliza, a very basic psychotherapist chatbot that used NLP to converse with humans. Using pattern matching and substitution methodology, the program was able to give pre-written responses to users that made them feel, oh, we are talking to someone who understands our input. Users thought this because Eliza used to operate by recognizing keywords or phrases from the input to regenerate a response using those keywords from pre-programmed responses. For instance, if a human says that I like to play basketball, Eliza would pick up the word basketball and respond by asking an open-ended question like, who is your favorite basketball player? Interesting, right? Also, Eliza was an early test case which was capable of attempting the Turing test. Now chatbots are good, but what about the robots? The first intelligent humanoid robot was built in Japan, which was named as the Webot 1. The Webot 1 was able to communicate with people in Japanese and had external receptors, artificial ears, eyes, and an artificial mouth. Its physical features were demonstrated when Webot 1 walked with its lower limbs and was able to grip and shift objects with its hands that used tactile sensors. The term machine learning, a subdomain of AI, was also coined by Arthur Samuel in 1959. Additionally, a new approach to AI, today known as deep learning, was proposed in 1968 by a Soviet mathematician. Wow, so many discoveries during those years. But after the golden era, time shifted towards the period known as AI winter that faced a fall in AI projects. Between the years 1974 to 1980, AI encountered some challenges. Computer scientists dealt with a shortage of funding from the government for AI researches. Why? Because many of the earlier promises didn't came out as fruitful as expected. When some kind of AI-driven products failed to deliver a significant return on investment, buyers became disappointed and their center of focus was directed elsewhere. Another reason for the occurrence of this degradation in AI was that computation power at that time was not up to the level of the required checkpoint. As a result, the potential of AI programs remained limited. This whole thing caused a lack of interest in AI and was not revived until the development of expert systems. You can understand expert system as a kind of system which could use rule-based reasoning. Rule-based reasoning which can be described as the if-then conditions we use today in programming. Regardless of these setbacks, the interest within techies didn't vanish. And we can see that this type of mindset, full of enthusiasm, always causes tech revolutions. But wait, are you a fan of Tesla cars? Because one great thing happened during this AI winter. James L. Adams created the Stanford car in 1961, which became one of the first examples of an autonomous vehicle. In 1979, it successfully navigated a room full of chairs without any human interference. Now, as we discussed, the systems back then lacked decision-making abilities, but after the long gap years of AI winter, AI came back with advanced systems termed as expert systems. This was the time when a lot of effort was focused on creating commercial products. Therefore, an expert system, XCon, was developed. It was an early manufacturing expert system that was programmed to emulate the decision-making ability of humans. For instance, it was able to automatically select and order computer components on the basis of customers' specification list. Expert systems can also be defined as the systems that can tackle domain-specific problems like science and medicine. By taking help from their knowledge base, these systems were able to make decisions for complex problems using both facts and heuristics like a human being. 1980 was also the year when the first National Conference on Artificial Intelligence was held at the Stanford University. It was supported by the Association of the Advancement of Artificial Intelligence and is considered as one of the primary conferences of high impact in machine learning and artificial intelligence research. Then, in 1985, an autonomous drawing program known as AARON was demonstrated at this conference. Next year, one more advancement happened in automobile industry. Few researchers created and demonstrated the first driverless car or a robot car at the Bundeswehr University of Munich. It was able to drive up to 55 miles per hour on roads that didn't have any other obstacles or human drivers. These advancements were going at a fair pace until the next AI winter occurred and slowed down the whole AI industry. Through the passing years, the claims regarding the capabilities of AI systems slowly had to face reality as these systems were unable to fulfill the anticipated functionalities. Thus, the expert systems faced many issues at the center of this AI revolution. In 1984, even John McCarthy criticized expert systems because they lacked common sense and knowledge about their own limitations. For example, in the medical field, expert systems were either prescribing faulty cures or delivering treatments that took a lot of time, ultimately leading to patients' death. So, we can say that AI had a very limited success in particular areas, followed immediately by failures to reach the end goal. And what was the result? This whole thing led to a decline in funding for AI research. Again, the expectations could not be met, and many AI-oriented companies were shut down. Now, if you are an industry expert or have interest in tech, I have some questions for you. What do you think? Will there be another AI winter in the future? And what type of future will AI hold for the human race? Let's have a healthy discussion in the comment box. Despite the lack of funding during the AI winter, The early 1990s saw some significant advancements in AI research. Here is the timeline of the advancements. In the year 1997, a computer named Deep Blue, developed by IBM, became the first computer to beat a world chess champion. Tell me, can you beat AI in chess? 1997 was also the year when Dragon Systems developed Dragon Dictate, a speech recognition software that was developed for Microsoft Windows. Year 2000, Dr. Cynthia Brazil at MIT developed Kismet, a robot head that could simulate human emotions with its face. Year 2002, AI entered households for the first time in the form of vacuum cleaner named Roomba. And then, in 2003, AI was also extended towards the outer space. NASA landed 2 rovers on Mars, and the amazing thing was that these rovers navigated the surface of the planet without any human intervention. 2006 was the year when AI entered the business world. Companies such as Facebook, Twitter, and Netflix started utilizing AI as a part of their advertising and to enhance user experience. About the gaming industry, Microsoft launched the Xbox 360 Kinect, the first gaming hardware designed to track body movements and interpret it into gaming directions. In 2011, an NLP computer named Watson was created by IBM to answer questions. It demonstrated its ability to solve complex questions and riddles by winning a quiz show against 2 former champions. And finally, by the end of this era, Apple released Siri, the first popular virtual assistant. Now, let's get the discussion towards the recent developments in AI up to the present day. This is the time when AI is being applied in various daily needs of humans, whether be it virtual assistants, search engines, or generative AI applications. So, starting with the year 2012, you might have already used the Android app feature named Google Now. If you don't know about it, then this feature was able to predict information the users might need based on their search habits and other factors. And today, Google Assistant is the successor of this feature. 2012 was also the year when 2 researchers from Google trained a neural network to recognize cats by simply showing it unlabeled cat images and providing no background information. Then, in 2014, a chatbot was also developed, which is said to have won the well-known Turing test contest. With the coming years, that is 2016, Hanson Robotics created a humanoid robot named Sophia, which is known as the first robot citizen. It was the first robot created with a realistic human appearance that also had the ability to communicate, see, and replicate emotions. Next year, a crazy thing happened. Facebook programmed 2 AI chatbots with an aim to make them converse and learn how to negotiate. Everything was going right until they suddenly ended up foregoing English and developing their own language without any human intervene. Crazy, right? Moreover, this advancement in AI speech was followed by IBM's Project Debater in 2018. It was the first AI system that debated on complex topics with 2 master debaters and also performed well. Google developed a virtual assistant AI program called Google Duplex. And the interesting thing was that it took a hairdresser appointment on a call, which was so natural that the lady on the other side didn't notice that she was talking to a machine. Now the history part is over, and if you are still watching this video, then I think you are truly a tech geek. Finally, this is the time when we are witnessing the era of generative AI. Yes, I am talking about ChatGPT, Midjourney, and all the other types of generative AI tools that we use today. 2020, OpenAI started beta testing of GPT-3, a model that uses deep learning to create code or poetry and can be used for searching and writing tasks. And we can see that ChatGPT can create content which seems to be created by humans. By the way, The script for this video is created by me. 2021, OpenAI developed DALL-E, and this year, on 6th Feb, Google announced Bard, which is another conversational generative AI chatbot. So we can say that all these advancements are moving AI one step closer to understanding the visual world. And you might be aware of the different generative AI tools or websites that are widely being used today for the generation of text, audio, and videos. The concept of deep learning, big data, and data science are also trending. You can see that big tech giants are developing AI-oriented products, and according to me, I guess AI will come with higher intelligence in future. Looking ahead, the future of AI holds even more possibilities. Scientists are exploring quantum computing, which could exponentially increase AI's capabilities. The fusion of AI with other emerging technologies like blockchain, augmented reality, cybersecurity, and IoT is opening new doors for innovation. AI has also made significant advancements in different areas of computer science, such as computer vision, natural language processing, and robotics. However, with these advancements in AI, ethical matters have also gained a greater significance. Presently, conversations are taking place on various topics like privacy concerns and the impact of automation on jobs. In 2015, well-known Elon Musk, Stephen Hawking, and Steve Wozniak, along with over 3,000 other people, signed up an open letter to the world's government systems banning the development of autonomous weapons for war. So, let's see what happens in future. Now, as I mentioned earlier, don't forget to comment down your views regarding the questions I asked. Will there be another AI winter in the future? And what type of future will AI hold for the human race? And one more thing, through this YouTube channel, I am trying to build a community where pure discussions can be done regarding different technologies. So, if you like the content, do share it with your network and subscribe to Infotech Archives for getting updates on upcoming videos. Thank you. Hare Krishna.